As the macrocosm emanates, microcosms spiral, accelerating and involuting. Light is set into motion, and energy is generated. The macrocosm shines brighter through microcosms as the trajectory of the spiral increases in momentum and energy is sublimated back into light. The tether of the spiral strengthens, diamonds of light are formed, and ascension beckons. The relationship between the macrocosmic and microcosmic can be summed up by this paradoxical reconciliation. It is the ubiquitous recursion of the non-localized central axis, installing localization within itself. It is the striving of cosmic will that causes the finite to prolapse into the infinite, and the infinite to retract into the finite. So it is that the macrocosm topologically interpolates into microcosmic emanations. This manifold contraction results as pressurized fields of magnetic repulsion, which is the law of vibration. The quality of human endeavor, as it strides toward balance, stretches the superstring, and the tensile reverberation is intensified. Vibration accelerates. As the microcosms interact and transmit information between themselves through the macrocosm, patterns of light scintillate, forming geometric inference. The macrocosm is the unified, universal, superconscious, infinite, eternal constituent, a collective generator, and the microcosm, the individuated, finite, conscious, particularized generator. The optimal expression resides between the two, whereby eternity is fused with expression, unity with individuation, a feedback loop of cosmic continuity between macro and micro. The microcosm exists collectively and functions in a relay feedback loop with the macrocosm in morphic resonance. The monad is the point between the universal and particular, wherein divinity is birth. The monad functions individually, but performs collectively. In the same way, the mind harnesses all the brain cells and determines focus and production. As the universal macrocosmic metric is forever evolving through involution, it warps in fractal manifestation, compression of universal energy formation, and productivity is resultant. As compression is imbued, assimilation, and macrocosm wave combustion births integrative microcosms. Due to the nature of infinitude, infinite microcosms are produced simultaneously. Microcosms are the reflective and innate constant of macrocosm. As microcosms are formed, they stack, resulting in density and temporal conjugation, fractal compression. On a comprehensive level, we can understand the reality cycle as a system of energy packets formed from a singular foundation of moderated mediums, all existing in each other, acting as a fundamental asset, and each medium integral to the entirety of the cycle. Reactive continuity instigates a velocity transform of dimensional segments. Integrative properties assimilate within the simulated field mechanism through emotional interchangeability and thought reform. Stemming between each microcosm is the macrocosm expressing as the monadic superstring, a tensile reverberation optical fiber that streamlines in a feedback loop of temporal fractal compression the information of the multidimensional interface. Each universe has the capacity for infinite intelligence and are receptive to and build upon the spectral differentiation of intelligent systems or dimensions throughout the considered universe. This is true for every dimension and microcosm that makes up the universal macrocosm. The networking of dimensions can be pinned to multidimensional membranes responding to metacosmic streaming from the metagalactic core or central sun. The metagalactic core is the purest form of consciousness, the primal, optic. As it emanates, it is reflected by mind, and then, depending on the density level, is crystallized, and thus, intelligence is born. The resulting intelligence is the programmatic macrocosm. The metacosmic core transmits information via vibratory currents of light circuitry, and the cosmic mind produces of the universe intelligence matrix through each microcosm in a synthesis-based production. Every universe in the multiverse is interconnected through a similarity of fundamental significance. Yet the nature of each universe differentiates as structured coherent components form architecture through variant nodes of energetic or another means of expression. Some universes do not even have energy, but facilitate a different substantiated essence. This particular universe is a synthesis-based production. Microcosmic fragments coalesce through spherical warps of production, responding and duplicating. The external macrocosmic universal paradigm is an internal projection collectively formatted through an omnicentric zero-point matrix. The macrocosm exists within every microcosm, and every microcosm makes up the macrocosm. What is true of the universe is true of the individual fragments and microcosms that indwell and make up the universe. And what is true of the microcosms of each universal system is true of the macrocosm of the universe. Microcosm and macrocosm are synchronized and continuous in the parallel of coherence. It is the obligation of the microcosm to fully understand the macrocosm. The microcosm has manifestation ability and infinite potential, but what it manifests is of the macrocosm. The macrocosm is the operational motherboard. It is immutable yet inconstant. The energetic revamp and conductive merit of cosmic and collective being rests on the fundamental operation of the macrocosm. It is because of this truth that microcosm can only manifest and conduct itself with the rhythmic harmony of macrocosm, and that must strive to harmonize with macrocosm by understanding its kinetics, and only then can microcosm truly conduct itself. This is where spiritual alchemy truly starts. Spirit is the communicative stream of intelligence, the telepathic connection of the dimensions, of macrocosm to microcosm, and of microcosm to macrocosm. Spirit finds itself spherically tethered, oscillating and spiraling, descending and ascending via the ebb of macrocosmic and microcosmic correlation. The animative properties of the monad, the essence of structural and textural composites, are the outcome of the spiraling light of reflective magnetism. Opposites attract from the very ionic poles of the inverted universal paradox. Creation finds its way into the identity of materiality through the streams of light, received, reverted, and projected through the microcosmic units of the Creator. Microcosm is inverted compared to the macrocosm, yet it is not separate from it, which creates the reverted paralleling symmetry of the star tetrahedron that spins into the infinite circle. Concentric transmigration is when microcosms traverse through and with each other through the macrocosm. This can be displayed geometrically by the metric of the toroidal field. Concentric transmigration is in a constant metric, producing geometric and harmonic impulse within the interval. Octave response tunes the harmonic through synchronized polar conduction as the omnicentric remnants of cosmic condition induce electromagnetism, synergistically alluring and conveying energetic stimuli in the macrocosm. The all is forever refracting through reflective dynamism, internalizing the extension of its inconstant expansion. It is through this very dynamic the microcosmic diversity of creation is implemented. Multiplicity of singular waveform is the nature of the reflective principle of universal streaming and pulsation, and is the apparatus of productive reaction and reform, chaos and creation. The animation of atomic structure, the motion of the body cosmic, and the fundamentals of generation, operation, and dissolution is resulted. Waveform reaction is the responsive transformation of energy when exposed to affinity or pitted against another energy form of equal or greater quality. The complex dynamic of ionic polarization is in constant oscillation. Synchronized is the reflection in an opposed diametric. As the macrocosm oscillates from positive to negative, its infinite microcosmic reflections oscillate from negative to positive. Reaction is sequenced in diametric converse correspondence. Kinetic diametrical counter-rotational wheels oscillate and harmonize under the cosmic stream of light parallels. From this integral, the magnetic repulsion of universal expansion is conducted, and the cylinder of universal rhythmic channeling is harmonized in vibrational correspondence. This symphony of light resonance is the infrastructure of every plane in the cosmos, from the spiritual, astral, material, and indeed all planes of the cosmic whole correspond in a coherence of harmonic symmetry, constantly synthesizing and refracting through the waves of differentiated symmetric production. Symmetry is divined by the capacity of respond that each integral composite attributes reaction, refraction, reduction, acceleration, and pulsation of the mass collectives, subwaves, and primal wave engineering is the result of this applicable symmetry. All planes of the universal tapestry are interwoven and complement one another. Ultimately, the cosmic pulse of life beats to the sequence of reaction found in the law of correspondence. The difference of size, frequency, empiricism, and quantity are determined by the symmetric nature of the all.